curtain calling, yeah. When it's calling, yeah.
So I would like that you tell us who are you, where do you come from, and how long have you been here in Lahti?
Well, my name is Devin Martin. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland originally, but I came from California, and I was living out there pretty much the whole summer. And I've been in Lahti for about maybe 4 or 5 months now, so since October.
Yeah.
So, I'm Henry Pwono. I'm from Pittsburgh. I've been in Lahti for, I guess, 2 months for him, so like 7 months, since September, late August, something like that.
Did you always dream about being a basketball player?
Yeah, I think I have. Been playing basketball since I was 5 years old, so I've been doing it for quite a long time. And this was just always my dream ever since I was a kid. I grew up just to be a professional basketball player, and I finally reached it. So yeah, I can pretty much say that it's always been a dream for me.
For me, actually, it wasn't. I know whenever I was younger, I would actually always get these little debates with my mom, so she said I should be a lawyer or something like that. But I would always play basketball. I've been playing since I was little. I loved it, I enjoyed it. And it wasn't until I met one of my coaches, who's also my trainer, that he said, you know, you could actually do something with this, like get a chance to see the world, make something out of it. But originally, I wanted to be a lawyer or study medicine, so it was just something that I had the opportunity to do.
Okay.
Cool.
What was it like to come to Lahti for the first time?
Cold. That's pretty much all I can say is like it's really extremely cold. But I like the people here. I mean, people are pretty nice. You have everything you need in Lahti, so I don't have a bad judgment on it at all.
My first time here was actually a couple of years ago, whenever I played for Pwono, and it was not a fun experience because we lost. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of actually living here, I enjoy it because, kind of like Devin said, everything he needs right here, and the people are nice, they're always helpful. It's kind of like, back home, you walk up to somebody asking for help, they're kind of be like, you know, get away from me. Like here, it's like they're more willing to help, and you know, it's welcoming, despite being so cold.
So in Lahti we celebrate the Week of Equality in week 12 in March. So how do you see equality?
The NBA players, you know, of course you guys see them speaking out a lot about it, and trying to, you know, make a change. And equality is just like, it hasn't become like a huge topic just in sports. Like I think it's like in general to everyday life. Like me coming from Baltimore is a very tough city, and everybody there doesn't have the equal rights and opportunities. You know, it just doesn't happen. Like, so I feel like I think it should be equal for either race. It shouldn't matter. Your skin color shouldn't matter at all. So, I mean, that's how I feel about equality, and it goes into our basketball careers where it might be a 5-star recruit versus a 3-star, and that 3-star recruit may not get the same attention that the 5-star recruit may get, but he may be just as good. So I feel like, you know, equality can be affected in that aspect as well.
So, again, we had his answer, but kind of to build off of that, I feel like equality is kind of hard to gauge because it's kind of based on opportunity and resources. So it's not everybody has the same opportunity, or we do, but we don't have the same resources to be able to reach where we need to go. So it's like, kind of, like in terms of basketball, you'll have your players who they go to like these AAU camps, or they go to like all this other stuff. They go to Division I, they make it to the NBA. Then you have your other players who maybe they don't have the intel or the information, the know-how to go to these things. And so they kind of just meander around and then end up somewhere, but they might have been able to be just as good or better than whoever had the opportunity and resources. So it's just kind of like how that's distributed through the people. It's like everyone, you kind of get the same shot, but that's what we're working towards. So we gotta get there.
Have you experienced racism or hate speech in your career?
I was actually thinking about this. I've never really encountered any type of like racism throughout my career. No.
So there is, this question, how do you react to it? Like you said you've encountered racism, but not in your career. So was it just like that you just took the, the mean words that they said or something and you were just like, screw them?
I was just like more in shock.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in high school when I encountered, I was probably about 16 or 17 years old, and a friend of mine from back home, we were driving to our coach's house, and it was pouring raining one night. I think he like ran a stop sign or whatever. I'm not sure, but we went to court for it and found out that he didn't. But we were pulled over by the police officers, and they were white police officers. And it was, mind you, I tell you, it was pouring raining, and they stopped us because he had like a little bandana hanging from his mirror and his window, and it was a picture of somebody that had passed away in his family. So I guess they were assuming that we were like gang members or something, and they cuffed us, sat us on the curb in the pouring rain.
Yeah, kind of the same. Not so much in my career. I mean, unless whatever I was in Italy, I didn't know what they were saying. but because I know with like Balotelli, he was actually the Italian soccer player. He was kind of emotional because the Italian people, the fans, were just kind of chanting racist stuff towards him.
Oh, yeah.
Like they got to him because it was his own countrymen, so it's tough. But in terms of my career personally, I haven't had an issue with that.
Okay.
What are your regards to young people in Lahti? What becomes to their dreams?
I would pretty much say, throughout life, like whatever negative obstacles you face, you must always remain like professional about it, no matter your age. And always focus on like the bigger picture. Like if you're a young basketball player, you're facing many like obstacles. You just always gotta look ahead. Like it's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's where you're trying to go at.
Yeah, I would say just whatever your dream is, just kind of continue to work towards that. And I mean, it's not always going to be the same thing probably as you're young, you're getting older, but if you have something that you really want, just work towards that. If it changes, then really work towards that. If you could stick to that path, you'll probably meet people along the way who say you can't do it, but you'll also meet other people who have either the same goals or like-minded goals, and so you'll be able to vibe with them and connect with them to kind of build off each other, to push each other towards your goals and stuff like that. But also you just gotta stay true to yourself and have faith in yourself.
Wanted a call and said he got it then in his new room, a place to count his blessings. And if there was change, yeah, he wouldn't mind. He says here, for sorry, tell no lie.